Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
We can handle this. That's the message from one local county clerk putting her election day plan to the test for all to see.
A rainy, gloomy start to the work week, and the wet weather looks like it could be around for a little while.
Road rage like we have rarely seen. You're looking at video of a Dearborn shooting that has police there scrambling to make an arrest. And let's start there tonight at 6. It happened yesterday. The video shot by someone in the targeted car raises a lot of questions the chief in Dearborn once answered.
Topping the list, who is this person and where did he go after he opened fire, but fortunately missed hitting any people? Local 4's Rod Maloney is live tonight at the corner where this incident happened. So, Rod, what do we know tonight?
Well, Kimberly, we know that it happened here, at least the police say it happened here at Chase and Warren. Now, the business people in the area say it was about maybe a half a mile down this way. Doesn't much matter. It was gunfire open during the day on a busy street here in Dearborn. Detectives have been working for the last 24 hours to try and find this guy. The TC Dearborn News website gave us permission to show you this video, and it makes you want to duck. The shot-at driver turns away and then puts his camera up again, the shooter long gone in an instant. Amazingly, no one was hurt. The man shot at called police, who found not one but 2 bullet holes in his minivan. But let's go back to the beginning.
Put your gun down. Put your gun down.
We get a fairly good look at the shooter. He's wearing eyeglasses, a sweatshirt with an American flag on the shoulder, beige or khaki pants, and wears a mustache and goatee. Still, Dearborn police tonight say the video is too grainy to get a positive ID. And while they're still looking for this man, they do not know who he is. This afternoon, Dearborn police sent out this zoomed-in picture of the shooter and are asking anyone who recognizes him to call Dearborn police immediately. But there's a very good bit of evidence on that video. The alleged shooter did drive a distinct vehicle, an early 2000s vintage green 4-door Honda Accord with a blue-gray colored passenger side door sporting rust on the rear tire well. The sedan last seen speeding away southbound on Greenfield from Warren Avenue. Dearborn Police Chief Ron Haddad said in a statement, quote, "Reckless acts such as this endanger innocent lives and will not be tolerated. The Dearborn Police Department will aggressively investigate this incident and the person responsible will be held accountable," end quote. Now, Dearborn police are not making any assumptions here. They believe that there was an altercation between these two prior to the.
And we do apologize. We seem to have lost Rod's signal.
We changed the battery just before we went on.
We'll send it over to Devin.
Yeah, exactly right. All right, we will continue to follow that story, obviously, as the investigation proceeds, and hopefully somebody has just seen something there that will help police. Now, some Metro Detroiters have been wondering when we are going to see the sun again after a couple of days of gray clouds and light rain.
Yeah, Ben's forecasting a wet week ahead, but at least it'll come with some warmer temperatures, you're hinted to, Ben.
Yeah, Kim and Devin, eventually we will get to that. I guess the best news out of all this is if you have to rake leaves, this gives you a good excuse to wait a few days because we're going to be seeing multiple rounds of rain coming through, and the first of which coming tonight. You can see a couple of those light showers. Going to start out as maybe some mist and drizzle and eventually turn into light showers. Those are starting to invade from the west. Those will continue from about 7 to midnight tonight under some pretty consistent temperatures, which are generally going to be in the mid-40s. Here's what we're tracking for the week. We do have multiple shots of rain chances, so we'll look at those. And it is back to the 70s eventually, but there will be yet another round of changes coming in for the weekend. We'll track all of that. And if you want a quick check of the rain coming in tonight, the Local Forecasters app is the best way to look at it. It's free in your app store by searching WDIV. Guys?
Ben, back to you in a few moments. Coronavirus continues to spread in Michigan with nearly 3,000 new cases over the past 2 days.
The state's combined total for Sunday and Monday, 2,909 new cases. Another 21 people have died of the virus in Michigan. The weekly report on COVID in schools is out, and 27 schools have been newly added to the list of those reporting outbreaks. That includes 6 new cases in 1 week at Plymouth Christian Academy in Canton, and Michigan State University remains the school with the highest number of cases at 1,622.
Restrictions at the U.S.-Canada border are going to continue. Canada's public safety minister announced today his country's ban on non-essential travel to the U.S. is going to remain in place until at least November 21st. Now, as for restrictions here in Michigan, Governor Whitmer said today, despite a Supreme Court ruling invalidating her past emergency powers, the state health department still has a mask mandate and limits on gatherings that have to be followed.
The governor says there are other actions she could take, but she hopes not to.
This virus is still a threat to every one of us. And so if our numbers continue to climb, there are a number of different sources of authority, but I am hopeful that we as Michiganders can do what we need to do to protect ourselves, protect one another, and protect our economy. If we want to stay open, we need to mask up, and we need to take this very seriously.
Meanwhile, the state's chief medical executive testified before a panel of state lawmakers today, saying Michigan submitted its vaccination plan Friday. And when the first round of vaccines comes out, some people will be given priority based on their risk levels and their occupation.
What is likely going to happen is that very early on, when the vaccine is first made available, it's only going to be in limited doses. And it's likely, again, this is all to be determined, but it's likely that these vaccines are going to be available for the highest risk, and especially healthcare workers. So it's that in the beginning stages, we'll work, and we've already had these discussions, we'll work closely with our hospital providers so that they actually receive the vaccine directly and are able to distribute it to people who are working in their facilities.
Public health experts have repeatedly said it's a safe and effective vaccine that will ultimately end the pandemic.
One of the front runners is making some progress toward that goal. Our Dr. Frank McGeorge here with the latest on where things stand. Doc?
Yeah, Kim and Devin. So in the U.S., 4 vaccines have reached the final stage of testing, known as phase 3. Of those 4, Pfizer has indicated that it is likely to be the first manufacturer ready to apply for an emergency use authorization for its vaccine, and that could happen as early as next month. In an open letter from its CEO, Pfizer said it expects to be ready to apply for public use of its coronavirus vaccine candidate in the 3rd week of November, if everything goes according to plan. The company said it is, quote, operating at the speed of science, with safety as its #1 priority. Pfizer launched its phase 3 trial on July 27th. It includes nearly 40,000 volunteers so far, with another 4,000 still being enrolled. Now, last week, Pfizer received permission from the FDA to enroll volunteers as young as age 12. The trial also includes volunteers with chronic conditions like HIV, hepatitis C, and hepatitis B. The vaccine is given in 2 doses, 28 days apart. Some trial participants receive the actual vaccine, the rest receive a placebo. Neither the researchers nor the participants know which group received which. Researchers must then wait until a certain number of participants become infected with COVID-19. Ultimately, they'll compare the groups to see if fewer of the participants who received the actual vaccine got infected. Stricter guidelines recently issued by the FDA require vaccine developers to follow participants for a median of 2 months after their final dose before submitting any data. The data will eventually be reviewed by the FDA scientists and an independent panel of experts. Now, of the 3 vaccine makers, the other 3 vaccine makers, that is, Moderna is most likely to finish its phase 3 trial next. Those results are expected toward the end of the year. Now, the other 2 trials involving vaccines from AstraZeneca and Johnson & Johnson are currently paused while the FDA investigates an illness in a participant.
And once a vaccine maker applies for an emergency use authorization, a little bit on how quickly one can be granted in that situation.
Well, Devin, it depends on a lot of factors. All of these companies are working closely with the FDA, and they have been throughout the process to make sure that they're gathering everything that the agency is going to want as they go. Yeah. But there will be a great deal of scrutiny on all of this data, and realistically, it will likely take a few weeks at a minimum.
Yeah, we'll stay on it. All right, Frank.
In a Local 4 News update, the Southfield woman found alive at a funeral home has died. Attorney Jeffrey Feiger says the 20-year-old died peacefully yesterday after 8 weeks in the hospital. In August, her mother called Southfield paramedics when Tamisha Beauchamp, who had cerebral palsy, had trouble breathing. Paramedics responded but wrongly declared her dead. After she was taken to a Detroit funeral home, workers there discovered she was still breathing. Feiger says Tamisha Beauchamp has died as a result of massive brain damage caused by a lack of oxygen. The family has filed a $50 million lawsuit against Southfield EMS. The Southfield fire chief says the first responders checked Beauchamp's vitals 3 times. We have an update in the crash that killed a 6-year-old girl in Waterford Township. Family members say her father died over the weekend. He was injured in that same crash that took the life of his 6-year-old daughter, Riley. The father and daughter were in a car that was rear-ended by a suspected drunk driver. He's identified as Trevor Duncan Taylor and is already facing second-degree murder and other charges.
14 days to go in Decision 2020 as local clerks are preparing for what they know is going to be a tidal wave of absentee ballots. It already is. But Oakland County Clerk Lisa Brown not worried. As Grant Herms reports, Brown wants everyone to see that she has planned for a safe, secure, and smooth election.
Oakland County is the state's second largest county, and they expect 150,000 ballots to come in on November 3rd, with dozens of votes on each ballot. All of that means that preparation is key in an election year where fears about absentee voting have been rampant. Oakland County officials testing election security. Election workers testing for every possible way to fill out a ballot to make sure nothing is out of place before Election Day.
We want people to understand and to feel comfortable and confident in our process. We have so many checks and balances in place in Michigan.
The testing comes just 2 days after the president encouraged a crowd in Muskegon to watch the polls, a practice that walks the line of intimidation and integrity. Election integrity has remained a major worry for officials. Millions have already cast their ballots, and county clerks are working to be able to prepare their counts 1 day early. They're also expecting a surge of mail-in ballots after a state court ruled last week ballots must be in by 8 p.m. on November 3rd, a decision the Michigan Republican Party hailed as a victory that prevents Democrats from getting an advantage. Although studies show voting by mail doesn't give either party a leg up, but does help voter turnout. The governor this weekend critical of the state GOP.
You know, I think it is sad that a political party would make statements to hurt people's ability to vote. That's not how it should be. Every one of us should recognize that.
Election officials are also warning to get ballots in as soon as possible or even drop them off in person so the count can get underway on November 3rd.
We've got our process down pretty well. My staff's done an incredible job to find the most efficient processing, and so I think we'll be okay.
Because of how the state law works, Oakland County actually can't start counting or preparing ballots a day early like some other places around the state, so they've hired more people and brought in more machines. They hope to have results by Tuesday night on election night. In Pontiac, Grant Herms, Local 4.
All right, Grant, and a reminder for anyone still wanting to register to vote. In order to do so by mail, your application needs to be postmarked by today. If you're not sure about making that deadline, you can still register, but you'll have to do it in person at your local clerk's office.
All right, the big holiday shopping blitz used to be around Thanksgiving, but now it might be before Halloween, according to Help Me Hank.
Walmart is saying forget about Black Friday. The big deals are being offered up right now. We'll show you what they're doing and also what other big stores are doing to get your attention online.